Oh, hi everyone, my name is Mr.Marc and I teach TOK at BISG in the IB Diploma program. Today I want to quickly introduce TOK to you because a lot of you wonder what actually is it. So TOK stands for Theory of Knowledge. In most subjects you learn knowledge, you talk about knowledge, for example in maths, in history or geography. But at TOK we zoom out and ask questions, for example, how do we actually know that? Where does that knowledge come from? We analyze knowledge with multiple different frameworks and concepts. The key framework, for example, has 4 elements. The first one is quite normal, obvious. For example, methods in different fields, different areas of knowledge. How do we gather knowledge? How can we know something? Another element, therefore, is, for example, perspectives. I really like that. And it talks about how different people look at knowledge with different angles. For example, Inuit have 14 words for snow. There's a ton of snow outside. They totally see a different world. They know a different world than we do in Poland. Another one, which I really like, is ethics. For example, the fact that we know how to make an atomic bomb, should we actually then use it? Is there also knowledge that is maybe not good? Loads of questions that we ask and try to answer in TOK. Another important element is concepts. For example, there's 10. I really like to talk about power. For example, do I, as a teacher, do I decide what students know? Because I am in kind of power, I set the curriculum, and then I also decide what we know and maybe how we know that, or what about universities, or what about governments? So we question those things too. Another really interesting one is the WOX. WOX stands for way of knowing. For example, an easy one is senses. We can know things by using our eyes, by listening, by smelling. Those are ways we can know, but also our senses can trick us. So we have to be careful when using our senses. They are not perfect. And for one person, something feels heavy, while the other person thinks it's light. Another way of knowing is, for example, emotion. We can use our emotions to figure out what people are feeling. So we can see and know that someone is sad. Although we don't really know, we cannot look in someone's brain, but we learned that. So it focuses TOK on loads of different things. And why is it so good to TOK? Because it trains a lot of important skills like critical thinking, of course. By analyzing knowledge critically, you really learn how to debate, also how to write, how to properly formulate arguments. And by doing that, you try to understand the world. So if you also want to learn TOK, join BISG and join the IB Diploma program, and hopefully see you soon.